I have a super exciting video for you today. Let's talk about visas. If you don't know who I am, my name is Magnus Netmar, I'm the Shanghai vlogger, and today I wanted to talk about the most sexy subject of them all, visa.
Make money, go shopping.
Anyways, why I'm bringing this up is because a lot of people have been asking me on my Instagram account and of course this YouTube channel, which visa should I get? Should I get a business visa or a student visa or a tourist visa, or should I just try to get in of the country without any visa? The last one I don't really recommend, so let's go through them one by one. And if you don't like these type of videos, well, don't come here then. Okay, so I know everything about visas in my head, so I haven't prepared at all for this video, just so you know. I'm just gonna... one second. Okay, before I start this video, I'd also wanted to say, first of all, I'm not an expert. Do I look like an expert? Do I look like a visa expert? No, I don't. I look like a Swedish guy in Shanghai. Blonde guy in Shanghai. Maybe that's a new YouTube name. Who knows? But so everything I'm gonna tell you now is nothing legally binding to me. I have checked with my lawyer and they say it's okay to have one of these videos. Anyways, visas depends on which country do you come from, which background you have, how long you worked, how long you have studied. There's a lot of factors, so I can't guarantee you to be able to get into the country, but this video is just a general idea of different type of visas that's in there. One thing that I have found though is Swedish people are kind of easy to get in any country. We don't need visas with Vietnam, Japan, and a lot of other Asian countries. So thanks all the political and historical Swedish people that made that possible. You're the best. Anyways, let's go. So first let's talk about the tourist visa, the L visa. L visa or tourist visa is when you get into the country usually only once and you can stay here for 30 to 60 days. Depending on what country you come from, there are different requirements, but usually when you try to apply for a visa in your home country, it usually takes about a couple of weeks, maybe up to a month. What you usually need is your traveling tickets, like flight in and flight out of China. You can't just say, I want to buy my flight ticket out when I want to. No, you have to have an in and out ticket of China. The second thing is that you need a plan for all the hotels you're gonna stay at. Oh my god, I almost get some sun when I'm standing here. Anyway, so you also need to have a plan where you're supposed to stay if you're gonna travel around. You need all the hotels you're gonna stay at, and if you're gonna stay at someone's place, if you're visiting some friends, etc., you need to register at the police station. So you have to have a hotel booking, or that you have paid and reserved a hotel, or you have to have like an invitation letter, and you have to register at the police that you are living in a certain apartment or something like that. So that's the tourist visa, simple one. Second thing, business visa, the M visa. So like Magnus do business. Anyways, with a business visa, you actually have to get an invitation letter for whatever business you're gonna do. If you're gonna go and see a fabric or some kind, if you're gonna see a supplier or something like that, you need an invitation letter from them. So you have to get that. You also have to have a flight in and flight out ticket, and I think you also need a hotel ticket. Usually those are just one single entry. You might be able to get multiple entry or double entry, something like that, but usually it's only single entry. They're kind of straightforward, no problem there. Let's continue with the list. Student visa. Yes, students. There's a lot of students studying in this country and everybody's confused about which visa should I get. So there is the X2 visa. The X2 visa is for those that are gonna stay less than 6 months, and usually when you go here as an exchange student, or if you go here to just study Mandarin for half a year or something like that, then you get the X2 visa. If you get the X1 visa, it's usually for the visa for the ones that's doing like their whole bachelor or their whole master or whatever, doing their university degree here in China. That's the X1 visa. However, you have to go out and renew the visa each and every year, so be aware of that. The X2 visa is usually only single entry. The X1 visa though is usually double entry or multiple entries. You can go in and out of the country and travel around in beautiful Asia. Then we come to the most fascinating one, the working visa, the Z visa, and this is the most difficult one that you can get. It took me about 3 months to get this, and I hired an agent to help me with it. And I recommend you to do the same, because if you're gonna get a Z visa or a Z visa, it's too long process, it's too complicated, too many things to fill out, too much Chinese to know. So I totally recommend you to get an agent to fix this. And yeah, I have one agent, but if you just get into one of these WeChat groups, you can just ask around. Usually someone knows one of these agents that can help you to get a visa. However, the basic requirements for getting a working visa in China right now is quite high. You have to have at least a bachelor degree and a 2-year working experience, or a master degree and 1 year working experience. That's what I've heard, at least. Wait for this guy to pass by, because otherwise this is how it always is when I do videos in China. She's doing great work though, cleaning up this city. Anyway, so the requirements are way higher right now. You have to have bachelor degree and 2 years of working experience. Otherwise you won't really be able to get into the country. However, I'll tell you in just a second how you can do that without all that experience. I'll tell you in a second. Anyways, so when it comes to the working visa, you will have to expect that it takes about 3 months to actually get it. It's really difficult to get. You have to fill out so many different papers. I'll try to link everything below, because I'll probably forget a lot about them when I do this video, but I'll link everything below, and some websites where you can Google this to research a little bit more, because this one is tricky. So usually the working visa is about 1 year, and you get multiple entries. So you can go in and out of the country as much as you like. And every year you have to prepare like 2 or 3 months in advance when you're gonna renew your new working visa, just as a reminder. For this you need a working permit, and working visa and a working permit are 2 different things. You have to get the working permit first, if I'm totally right. Do you see this? I guess I brought my whole film crew with me. Okay, I'll try to finish this video as quick as possible. Anyways, you have to have a working permit and then get a working visa. There's 2 different things. The working permit is a small little card. I'll Photoshop one in here. So that's the working permit, and then the working visa is the one that you have in your passport. Duh. So these are the 2 things, and the requirements for that is you have to have a university degree, and you have to have everything that I'm going to tell you in original, not copies, original, with stamps and everything from your university or whatever institution that you're getting them from. You have to get them in original. I can't stress this enough. You have to have a translating working proof. So if you work like 1 or 2 years, you need a translated working proof to Chinese. Yes. And you usually have to go to the embassy or the consulate to get like approval stamp that this is right, or for the translation where you have the actual original in your language, and then you have to have the working proof in Chinese, and that has to have all the stamps and everything on it. You also have to do a health check, and this takes usually a day. You do it here in China. I think you can do it abroad as well. I haven't done it. I've only done it here in China. So yeah, that's about it. You also need a place to live in China. You also have to have a official employee agreement or official employer certification from the work that you're gonna work from, and that's about it. I'll probably forgot a lot about them, but yeah, I'll link all of it below. So please double check everything and give you some time when you do this. This will take a long time, and yes, it's a big hassle for all of us, but if you want to live in this amazing country, you have to put some effort in. However, what I've heard is that they're getting way tougher with giving out these visas, because I mean there's so many good and knowledgeable Chinese now, so they're feeling that why should they bring in a foreigner of taking their jobs, so that's why they limit a lot, plus that they don't want too many people in the city because it's kind of huge already. So keep that in mind. It will be difficult to get one of these working visas here. It's getting more and more difficult. Who knows why, but that's just a heads up for you guys. However, don't lose all the hope, guys. There are always solutions to whatever problem you have. Shanghai launched last year something that's called entrepreneur visa, and an entrepreneur visa is for those that are entrepreneur. Anyways, those visas are way easier. It's when you have done your degree in China, or I think also when you have done your degree outside of China, and you want to start a company here, you get a 1-year visa that's multiple entry, and what that gives you is the ability to start your business, to get your business started in this country, because a lot of entrepreneurs actually come here to start their business, because I mean it's 1 billion people. That's a cliche thing of saying that 1 billion potential customer. It's really not. I'll tell you about that in another video. However, entrepreneur visa you can get, and here are the requirements. Foreign students who are willingness to innovate and start businesses in Shanghai, graduate from a higher education institution in China. Okay, so forget what I said just before. You have to be finish your studies from a university here in China, then you're able to get an entrepreneur visa. Second requirement, foreigners planning to invest Shanghai or innovate in business. Okay, so that's the second part. And then 3, excellent overseas graduates from top Chinese university or world renowned universities who have been graduated for no more than 2 years but have made outstanding achievements innovating entrepreneurship in Shanghai. So these are the requirements. I'll write them all below so you know what to do. So that's about it. You can get a multi-entry and a single entry with this entrepreneur visa. I have not yet heard anyone that got it, so if you have got it or someone that you know have got it, please comment below, and let's have the discussion, people, because as I said in the beginning, I'm not a visa expert. If I was a visa expert, I would probably not be doing these videos. Anyways, sorry again if I forgot something. Sorry again if this was a little bit too quick. I'll write as many links and as much information about this below. Just a general tip, if you're gonna enter this country, you have to have a lot of time to be able to get these visas, because they are kind of tricky. You need everything in original. You won't understand everything that's written everywhere because most of it is in Chinese. But this is a very broad help for you guys, because a lot of people have asked me on my Instagram and my Facebook and my YouTube channel, which visas should I get. So there you go. That's all the knowledge that I have. Anyways, guys, I'm getting late into work. The sun is shining and so on.